Yeah, I'm gonna be on for at least a little bit. Don't know if I am going to be doing D&D later. Shit. Fuck. Okay, okay. I see it. Oh shit. I did not notice that it was you. Um, let's see here. New game +4 iffy stats at most. Then got the Flowerstone Gavel, Dragon Communion Seal. I don't know why I have this on though. That this will probably at least help. Yeah, I did some rune farming. I'm actually trying to get to max level. They really should have thought this shit through better. Let's see here. You have to defeat Baal the Dread, and let's see here. So, best way to actually do it is not you. Not you, where is it? I know it's around here somewhere. Dragon Pit. So, all you basically have to do is so from the Scorched Ruin side of Grace, follow up until the three paths cross, Castle Front. Then you're going to want to follow all the way up here till you get to Pillar Path. You'll find a. Give me just 1 second to get into my YouTube so I can fully read that comment. Uh, yeah. He's a bit of a pain in the ass, but if you have enough intelligence and poison mist, so a little bit of faith, you're gonna want to do unseen form, then go assassin's gambit, go in, hug the wall, and go around him. Make sure to reapply assassin's gambit, unseen form. Keep on doing that until you get behind him. Crouch down, get fully behind him, and then just poison mist the fuck out of him. It will take like 25 minutes, but I mean, you can get at least a couple half decent spells, in my opinion. Like, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Bale's Flame Lightning. It's, yeah. But this one here is the only one that I've got because I absolutely loved the Bale fight. I do not want to go at him again. But you have to quite literally make sure that you hit with the actual stump for that spell. And it's... eh. Assassin's Gambit, pretty sure you can get from Bernal if you know where he is. Uh, Honestly, if you're able to make it to Volcano Manor, then you're pretty well off. I hate this fight. War Master Shack at the beginning, yeah. And I'm pretty sure it's once you actually get to Volcano Manor is when you'll like find him there. At least that's the only part that I know that he moves, other than Crumbling Farm Azula. God, I hate this. Let's see here. Gonna hold this up real quick. Yes, being the game does reset the DLC. So what I do recommend is once you get to Radagon and the Elden Beast, I would hold off on them. Go through the actual DLC because there is a lot of good things that you can use. I can't remember where I got this talisman, but it's this one here, Talisman of the Dread. Raises the potency of magma. It synergizes extremely well with Blasphemous Blade, which, as most people know, it's quite literally just keep on spamming its skill and you'll be extremely well off. You know what? I wonder. Unga Bunga time. Wow. Hmm. Well, I guess at that point, might as well just cheat the items in and call it a day. Since you've already done it. Like, I'm sorry, bro. I don't know what else to say at that point. Because that's kind of a shitty situation, don't get me wrong. Motherfucker. Quit fingering me. Unga Bunga. Unga Bunga. I hate that move. That is such a bullshit move. Roland was actually a pretty interesting fight for me, mostly because I couldn't dodge most of her attacks except for the Twin Moon attack. For some odd reason, I was... Ramna is one that I constantly am having a bitch of a time with. Dancing Lion is a little interesting for me, mostly because of his whole kit, basically. Seeing how he does have a grab to where if he gets you with it and you heal, you're also healing him a portion of your full Escus. Let's see here. You know what? I'm gonna set aside the Unga Bunga for a minute. This isn't going to be to actually defeat, it's going to be to actually learn. Let's see here. So, not you, you. There we go. Oh yeah. And like there's a lot of attacks where it's just like, oh, well she's about to do this or this. The butterflies for me aren't really the issue. It's literally seeing how I do a lot of melee fighting. That's the part that gets me. Because she will either spin around or... That's the boss I haven't gone up against in a hot minute. Went up against her once and then I'm like, hey, yeah, I'm good. Let's see here. Where is it? You know what? I'm gonna try something. I know that the water will make a damage reduction for her, but... Oh, yes. The one thing that I was never a real fan of, though, is literally just for the fact of why is it that, of all things, we are the ones that have to fight her? You have to think about it like this. She's rotting away. She's mourning the loss of her brother, who, I'm going out on a limb here, saying how there's the land of shadow, and all dead. Here, let me cite my source here. The suppressing pillar quite literally says, all dead are sent here and are suppressed. Which makes me wonder, is Mikla actually just straight up dead? Is that how he actually got here in the first place? But it just seems like you're more jumping a crippled person who can actually fight versus it actually being a fair fight. Please be rotted. Damn it. Right as she gets rotted. Fair. That is a yeah. I can personally agree with that. What? Also, personally, I have to say, oh no, I don't have enough. Eh, I'll be able to get enough anyways. This is personally one of my favorite bows. The Onspach bow, just for the fact of its fan shot, is absolutely deadly. Then it also has the like a light bow moveset. Yeah, and you can also find a lot of good lore about all of the characters, except for Godric to a point, because main a big point of him is he was quite literally groveling. That is how pitiful he is that he needs to grovel at the feet of Melania. Only way that he has a great rune is from, him basically stealing it. Oh my god, what is the range on that? I don't even have a single Golem arrow. That's the sad part. But I mean, I wish that they would have actually done Godric at least a little bit of, he at least did this. He doesn't have the strongest army. Mimic bro, no! Is it that I'm always having such a hard time with this chick in particular? Mostly because she can just straight one-shot you. And yeah. It's kind of to the point where it's not even enjoyable to kill him. Personally, I see both. There's no reason for him to be living, but there's also no use in killing him, because sure, you get an okay axe with a decent skill, and if I have the fist weapon, or baby dragon, that cannot be two-handed. Well, I wonder. Yeah. But see, personally, One boss I believe should have actually had a cutscene that didn't in this DLC would have to be Rolana. Because think about it, she's quite literally the sister of Renala. So one would think that she would at least get a little bit more love. She quite literally decided to cast aside her royalty in order to become Mesmer's blade, basically. What? When in doubt, black knife. Well, how do I put this? Without getting demonetized. Think of it as high school, okay? Chick has a very good life, loving parents and all that. You have another person who, in this case, is cursed. His mother gives him an item to seal away said curse, sends him on a conquest to kill those that, ironically, she was trying to help. She was supposed to help in the first place. The whole shaman village, which is right here. Yeah. Horn Scent were also here. They were supposed to be all buddy-buddy. If I have the lore correct. Queen America straight up sends Mesmer to kill Horn Scent and all that. It's kind of a stupid thing. But it's also girl meets broken boy, and everyone knows that when, times are like this, the only way to put it is dick, pussy's pussy. That's all they were thinking, and even then, Mesmer doesn't want her. Finger runes of Mir, which this whole thing is a headache and a half, and I'm doing this just for the Katana of Night, I believe. So in order to even do this, first, you have to actually get to Morth Ruins. Then I think you have to slip through here, yada yada, or no. You have to actually go into Morth Ruins, find a certain spot, find a way to get to Bonnie Village. I do not have it yet. I have not even seen much of it, except for, hey, this is cool for a cosplay. But you have to quite literally go up through here. It's stupid. Especially because I can never figure out how to fuck to get to Cerulean Coast. It's not even that crazy. Hopefully I'm not just wasting my time here. I really hope that I'm not just wasting my time. And there's a finger attack. Of fucking course. I don't even know where to get Tish. Pretty sure it's like Ringleader's Everjail, but I don't even know where that is because there's the Forlorn Hound, the Weeping Everjail, Stormhill Everjail, Malefactors, Moonlight Altar. Oh, yeah. Oh, shit. That means I'm gonna have to do Ronnie's questline, aren't I? I mean, I can try one thing. Like the quest line, really not overly a fan of parts of it, though. Personally, Estelle was never a huge issue for me. It was getting over to him that was the pain, or not getting over to him. It was Lake of Rot. Yeah. But see, I really like the Frenzy Flame, that whole thing. Just for the fact of... Yeah. Personally, I'm... Let's see here. I may need... Yeah. It is kind of sad, but also... You're basically doing what Vike was going to. If you know his lore, then awesome. But from what I know, Vike was quite literally the only Tarnished to ever get close to becoming Elden Lord, besides, of course, your character. But at one point or another, he ran into Shabriri, who quite literally was saying, well, Finger Maiden's only job is basically to be kindling to burn that Erd tree. But there is another way. You can take on the Frenzied Flame and burn yourself instead to save your Finger Maiden, which is what he ended up trying to do. He went down the subterranean shunning grounds and all that. He got to the Three Fingers where, and apologies for going on a bit of a rant, but it quite literally is saying, no other Tarnished was closer to the throne of Elden Lord than Vike, but without announcement, Vike traveled far below the capital, and was scorched by the flame of frenzy. Did he make this his choice for his maiden, or some other force lure him with suggestion? People speculate that it was Shabriri, because he quite literally is telling you, hey, you know, take on the flame yourself, save the poor girl. So, it's... there's a lot of parts to it to where, sure, you're quite literally destroying everything, but you're doing what, Vike was going to. You chose to save your finger maiden, or in this case, Melina. You chose to save her instead of just letting her burn. You did your best to try and break the cycle, but in the long run, you destroy the entire world. Torrent no longer is Torrent. Because even in this madness area, after the Darklight Catacombs and you get into this madness area, Torrent won't show up because the Frenzied Flame burns away spirits. So, basically the whole deal is you don't just burn the Erd Tree. You don't just scorch the land. You aren't just, doing this or doing that. You are ending all things that are, have been, and whatever. Yeah, that would actually be kind of cool to see. But also you gotta think you're kind of a pile of ash by the end of the whole deal. What the fuck? I'm by hunting lamprey? What the hell? Where's it? There it is. So that's Hefty Magic Pot. That's to make the Lulling Branch. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I didn't realize that 5 people had straight up popped in as I was doing my whole talk, and then as soon as I stood still for a minute, everyone just straight up left. Well, that's mostly because I played this game when it first came out, and I learned a lot of the lore from item descriptions as well as many, many other things. And there are several YouTube channels that you can check out that will explain the lore to you. Yeah, I'm having a hard enough time as is with this pitch. I don't need all the aggression. Because she can somehow one-shot me. Which is kind of dumb. Yeah, so, if you look up, Vati Vidya, Vaati Vidya, he does a lot of, lore. And I used to listen to him a lot when I was working in the kitchen. Yeah. He's, he's one of the many people that I will just listen to because he cites all of his lore and all that. He not only goes into, you know, what is in the game, but also what has been patched. I bet. What? This is going to be a very long fight. Hang on just one sec.